Liesl Gerntholtz is the director of the Women's Rights Division at Human Rights Watch. She is South African and served on the Truth and Reconciliation Commission after apartheid was banned. Has there been a recent increase in corrective rape, at least known reported cases in South Africa?
We don't know that because the police don't collect information about the motivation for rape. So if a lesbian woman goes in to report a rape, she may or may not be asked by the police why she was raped. And if they do ask her, they may not record it. What we do know certainly is that there are large numbers of women who are being targeted because the media is reporting on it, NGOs are documenting these cases, and women are coming forward to talk about what has happened to them.
How long has, quote, corrective rape been a problem, a big problem in South Africa?
My suspicion is that this is not something that's very recent, that this is something that's been happening and it's been relatively invisible in South Africa before the Yudi Simelane case.
Now, in a number of groups, activist organizations have asked the government to classify corrective rape as a hate crime. How would that change the protection of women?
Classifying it as a hate crime would allow for higher penalties. It would allow perhaps for the creation of specialized units to investigate, and it would also probably allow the police to make better referrals to other resources in the community, counseling, shelters, and so on, that would be more appropriate. But it's not going to stop it. It's not a preventive measure. No one is going to stop doing this because it's now a hate crime.
Ironically, South Africa has one of the most progressive constitutions in the world. It explicitly prohibits discrimination because of sexual orientation. Gay men and women in South Africa have more rights than most gay Americans, including legal same-sex marriage and the freedom to serve in the military. But Gerntholtz says cultural mores can sometimes prevent the implementation of even the most protective laws.
In South Africa, it's a particularly complex environment because on the one hand, we have this fabulous constitution that protects the rights of gay and lesbian people explicitly. And on the other hand, we have this very conservative, patriarchal society that says, you know, it's not okay for women not to have sex with men. Men are the heads of households, they're the leaders of communities, that really sort of still has very stark gender division of roles and responsibilities. And the leadership and the government is not excluded from that debate and that ambivalence.